So you want to be a barber, right? All right. You want to make your own hours. I know it seemed all dope and shit at first. The idea of, being your own boss, making your own hours, not having to listen to nobody. You probably in barber school, or you sitting here watching YouTube videos, tutorials, learning how to cut, thinking it's all about to be sweet. Well, guess what, man? You got to get to a point where this shit's sweet. Because just like anything that come good in life, this shit gonna take a little hard work, a little blood, sweat, and tears. And I mean that shit literally, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get cut the fuck up. You gonna cry on them broke days, man, and you gonna sweat on them busy ones. But hey, like all good things, like I said, it's worth it in the end. Now, I'm not really one too big to sit here and talk about the bad side of things, but it's shit that gotta be talked about. I know a lot of y'all are gonna have certain type of expectations when you start cutting hair. I just want to be the realistic version of it. If after I tell you all this shit, you still want to go ahead and become a barber, man, listen, then that means that shit is really for you. That shit is destined for you. Hey, look, as always, it's your boy Banky, man. I'm gonna try to keep it real. I'm gonna try to keep it a buck with y'all. I'm gonna try to give y'all all the game that nobody ever gave me, so that way I could give y'all a head start, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here for y'all, my peeps. I'm not here just to cut y'all hair. I'm here to put y'all on game, too. You know what I'm saying? You already know, hit that like button, hit that comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, bro. I don't like getting into that, but, hey, please do it for me if you really love your boy. When you in barber school or you're learning how to cut, you probably think that once you get kind of nice with it, you just gonna be flooded with clients, right? You gonna have clients coming in and out the door for you. Gonna be making this dumb cheese, bro. You be seeing all these barbers on social media talking about they made 5, 6, 7, 8 a rack in a day. And hey, all that shit is true, because it really is possible. But you gotta remember that you gotta go through the whole beginning process first. You gonna have them days, them slow ass days, bro. You gonna have them days where you sitting in the shop for 10 hours and you only make $50. And you gotta be okay with it. You gotta be okay with taking that L. You gonna be one of these barbers out here that sit around thinking, why the fuck did I get myself into this shit? I had a job that was paying my bills. Why did I get into this shit? And I promise you, you're not the only one going through that, my boy. Everybody gotta go through it. But listen, that's what's gonna create the type of persona that you need to be successful. You gotta have them days that you ain't make no money. You gotta have them days where you started messing up on cuts and you wasn't as confident on your cuts. Nonetheless, let's move on to the next one. What was the next one? Oh yeah, that part of being your own boss and working the own hours that you schedule. Don't get too caught up in the fact of you being your own boss and making your own schedule and being able to take off when you want to, being able to lead a shop when you want to, being able to come in as late as you want to. Because listen, bro, when you first starting, just like with any hustle, you gotta put in extra time. A lot of people think that when you become your own boss, you can work less. Nah, my boy, you working more. But the upside to that is you're working for yourself. If you put in overtime at a 9-to-5 or a 9-to-5 job, you just making somebody else richer. Your paycheck might be a little bit fatter, but you're making everybody else richer. You're not having no like real visible growth for yourself. You get what I'm saying? When you become a barber, bro, you gotta be the first one in the shop, last one to leave. They're working as many days as the shop's open, you up in that bitch. You get what I'm saying? So if your shop open 6 days a week, you up in that bitch 6 days a week. If that bitch open 7 days a week, you don't have to be in there 7 days a week, but it's very recommended if you want to grow fast. And on top of that, you need to make content. If you a barber out here and you're not making content, then you're not gonna grow. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all like that. You're not gonna grow if you a barber out here and you're not making no content. You're gonna be one of them barbers that's stuck in the shop. You a slave to the chair. You ain't making no money outside the shop. No real way to go get clients, unless just word of mouth and shit, and that's just gonna take you forever. So you're gonna be working full-time in the shop, working part-time, damn near full-time on content as well. And you're 24/7 just networking. You have to be able to 24 hours out the day, see an opportunity and take it. That means going out on a date with your girl and seeing a potential client and networking with them. She gonna get mad, she gonna fuss, but hey, you want your business to grow, right? You gotta do stuff that you're uncomfortable with to be able to grow. Growth lies on the other side of discomfort. That's something that needs to be done. The other thing that you have to be ready for, you have to come out your shell. Because remember, at the end of the day, you're not selling a product. You are the product. Your hands, the shit that you can do with your hands is the product. So that means you have to sell yourself as a person. Because I was an introvert to begin with. And the minute I came out of my shell and started being a little bit more extroverted, that's more money in my pocket. Because remember, at the end of the day, being a barber is a relationship-built business. So yeah, they fuck with the cuts and everything like that. You could be one of them barbers that just put their headphones in, don't speak to their clients, and just give fire cuts. And you'll have some clients, you know what I'm saying? Because some people do like that. But just remember that if you really want to retain clients and keep people in your chair, you need to have customer service, my boy. They need to feel like they coming to get cut by a homie, coming to get cut by somebody who is professional and knows what they're doing, somebody who cares about them. So that means, listen, I have headphones, but I don't use them in the shop. I come in there, I don't listen to no music. I fucking hate the music in the shop sometimes, but I don't listen to music. Why? Because I want to give my full attention to the client. Whether we're not even sitting there speaking, I'm still going to give you my attention. If you say something, I'm going to catch it. I'm going to hear it and I'm going to retain it. I'm just in the moment. I'm focused on the cut and I'm focused on giving good customer service. So this is not no fucking like, oh, I could just be on my phone all day type of job, or I could just sit here and listen to music and shit. Like, that's what a lot of people want. They want comfort. It's like, no, you should want to grow. You got to want to grow, bro. Because if you don't want to grow, then trust me, you're going to be a slave to this business and you're going to fucking hate it. You're going to fucking hate it. You're going to fucking hate that every time that you want to make money, you got to come to the shop and cut heads up. And you're going to fall out in love with it. Because you can only do so many haircuts until you fall out of love with it if you're not doing the right shit. If you're not seeing the money, you're going to fall out of love with it. If you feel like you're not growing, you're going to fall out of love with it. So every day, you got to try to make new connections, push yourself just a little bit harder. And that process of seeing your growth is going to keep you in love with the shit. Don't make this shit turn into a hassle. Don't make it turn into a burden, and don't make it turn into worse than a 9-to-5, because that's what it's going to end up being. You get what I'm saying? On them slow days, it's not going to feel worth it. That's what you need, especially on them slow days, or on them slow weeks sometimes, slow months. That's what's going to keep you pushing through it. Every day just working towards something. And I promise you that shit gonna work, bro. Listen, I don't be talking out my ass, bro. I promise you everything that I'm talking about to y'all, and I'm telling y'all be from straight up personal experience, my boy. And it be shit that I wish that somebody came and just sat me down and talked to me about this shit. Because if somebody would have came and talked to me about this shit, bro, I promise y'all, I wouldn't be talking to y'all through my phone camera right now. I'd be somewhere in a motherfucking stadium speaking to somebody. But hey, we gonna get there. We trust in the process. It took me a little bit longer, but hey, that's why I give y'all the sauce, so that way y'all can get it ahead of time. Y'all already know it's mad love. It's Banky. I love y'all with everything I got. And I'm gonna keep dropping videos for y'all. Whether y'all wanna support it or not. Whether y'all like it or not. At this point, I think I do it for myself instead of for y'all. But, deuces, gang.